Well, hey, welcome to the Daily Brew. Today we're talking about how Dos Equis is reviving the most interesting man in the world, with Jonathan Goldsmith returning just in time for the college football championship.
I remember that this was their thing. I'm kind of surprised that they even dropped it. I didn't know that they had for a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I just haven't seen the fella for a while, but I thought we were going to see the ads. I didn't watch last night, so I don't know. I'm sure he was on. I'd love to see those.
They're saving the ad for, I'm sure they're going to have a big one for the Super Bowl, don't you think, if they're bringing it back?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would probably be where it would say, but I guess I never was in on this. Like, what do you guys remember from it? Why is he the most interesting man?
I think it was just because he drank the beer. Like, that was their whole thing. It was like, he's the most interesting man because he likes their beer. Isn't that what it was, basically?
Honestly, my memory's a little bit fuzzy. I was like 12 when these came out, so I was more focused on, like making sure my 6th grade geography test was going to go.
Or like the video game commercial.
Rather than the Dos Equis man.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
probably a good thing.
I just remember there's a lot of memes that came out about it, but I don't really remember what they entail. I just remember his face was very popular on the internet.
Well, regardless, I think whatever, commercials come out of the Super Bowl this time around, a lot of people are watching just for that.
Oh, for sure.
And the halftime.
The problem is now they put a lot of them out before the Super Bowl. And I hate that because then you're not as like, it was so fun to sit there and be like, okay, what's next?
Right.
Yeah,
you want to know. All right, let's check this one out. At 103, 103 years old, one man isn't slowing down. He's hitting the gym 3 times a week at his local YMCA. His name's James Sneed. Take a look here. He's a World War II veteran as well.
Look at him go. Amazing. This is incredible.
I got to get my weights on.
I know. Dan, it makes you, it kind of gives you energy, right? You're like, well, if he can do it.
It also reminds me I have no excuses,
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I think that's what. Look at him go, though.
I'm sure all the people in that class, he's probably such an inspiration to them, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of them probably show up because he shows up, and then they're probably looking over and like, well, I'm not going to take a break right now because he's not.
Right. And I love the classes like that. Have you ever taken a class like that at the gym?
I love workout classes.
Oh, yeah.
They're so fun.
They are.
Unfortunately, they've gotten kind of pricey. They need to make that feasible again.
Yeah, the memberships can be a lot. There's some, like the Planet Fitness and things like that. You kind of get like a cheaper deal, but you don't get classes like this.
I know.
So
We need a package of
there
all
we
of it.
go.
All right, guys. I'm excited about this one. Well, it's bittersweet because it makes me feel really old. But today marks 20 years since High School Musical first hit Disney Channel back in 2006. Became an instant cultural phenomenon, as we know. I feel like it changed the game. It gave us Zac Efron, the Wildcat songs and dance moves. They defined a generation. For nearly 18 million viewers at its debut. And to celebrate the original film's 20th anniversary, Disney Plus will feature High School Musical streaming channel featuring all 3 films in the series, as well as Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. She was my favorite. And all seasons of High School Musical, the musical, the series through March 4th.
That was a mouthful.
Do you remember how I've watched every single one of these? This was such a big deal. It was like they kept trying to find ways for this to keep going, right? It was High School Musical, then it was High School Musical, the sing-along, then it was High School Musical, the dance-along, and then they'd do a second movie, and then the third one came out in theaters. I remember where I was when this premiered 20 years ago. I was at dance. I danced on Friday nights. So my friend with the DVR, because you had to be fancy back then, they recorded it. And then we all went over to her house and we watched High School Musical after dance.
Zac Efron, this launching his career, he's a completely different actor today than what you see there.
But I feel like he still pulls it out sometimes. Like The Greatest Showman, I feel like that was a little High School Musical, helped him for that. Fun fact about Zac Efron in the first movie, he didn't sing the whole time in the first movie.
Yeah.
Drew Seeley actually did the vocals for a lot of it. So when they did like a traveling music tour, Drew Seeley was the one who went on it, not Zac Efron. But Zac Efron kind of blew up after too, so he was doing a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, as Joe's mentioning, he started as Troy Bolton, right? That was his name.
Troy Bolton.
And then and then now recently his career, he's been Ted Bundy. So quite a bit of a range.
I know
there.
that was a fantastic performance in that movie. I loved it. When they first said, he was going to be the lead actor in that, I was like,
Yeah, there's a little bit of suspicion.
I think I personally prefer Troy Bolton.
But it's just crazy how actors can make that change in the middle of their career to more of like a very serious role. And like you said, he rocked it.
I kind of relate him to sort of like Leonardo DiCaprio
He's done a lot. He's done a lot. And I feel like he'll continue to do more. After Ted Bundy, he kind of took a break for a little bit. I think that kind of messed with him.
And then now we all know his brother from Dancing
Dylan
with the Stars.
Efron. He was just on Megan Maroney's music video. He was the leading guy in it. And people were so mad at him for not doing High School Musical on Disney night. But it's probably because he doesn't want to be compared to his brother.
Yeah.
Right?
If you have a brother that famous, you probably want to pull yourself away a little bit.
Yeah.
Become your own thing.
For sure. But he was on Summerland. Do y'all remember that show? Before High School Musical. It was only like 2 seasons. Jesse McCartney was also on it.
Okay.
But High School Musical, I feel like, is what made him skyrocket.
All right. Well, I know you've been excited about this all day.
I have. I love High School Musical. I had a High School Musical room. I had a High School Musical everything. So.
There we go.
I just love that was like, I remember where I was. It
I
was
was.
High School Musical.
High School Musical 2, my mom threw the ultimate party. High School Musical 3, we went and saw it in theaters and watched all the High School Musical movies the day before. Like, I remember it, guys.
What an historical event.
Yeah.